Yes, my people, welcome to the Man United Agenda. It's 8:30. Only means one thing. We're down to do a show. Let's go. Welcome to the Manchester United on the Man United Agenda. My name's OMONDI Juma. I'm joined by two special guests. One of them is a regular face on here. That'd be Mr. B. How you doing, Mr. B?
I'm good, man. Good, man. Counting down to the end of the season, bro. Counting down to the end of the season, man.
And then we got a young man downstairs who I haven't seen for a while, but he's back to represent, and that's our Ivorian Spice from Red United TV. How you doing, my brother?
Lovely introduction, It's nice to be considered young, even though I feel old in my 30s, but I love it. But we got the young face, man. But big up to everyone as well that's tuned in. I'm doing well. Myself is doing well. In terms of my team, in terms of our team, you know what it is, man. But I'm just glad to be here. I'm looking forward to another good show on the Man United Agenda. Big up to you on Monday, and then big up to you, Mr. B, as well, man. And big up to everyone else that's tuned in. Let's go.
With the intro, we just want to have a little chat amongst ourselves. No one's listening, guys. So just speak your mind. Speak your mind. Mr. B has said his piece. I said my piece, but I haven't heard your piece since the last time we spoke. Probably a few weeks now. So over the last few weeks, obviously, we're stuck now. We're not in top four. I do follow you, bro. I do know your feelings, but between the three of us, just let us know. Summarize how you're feeling about everything right now.
Regarding the whole entire season, do you know what? Considering how we started the season and how Manchester United themselves abandoned the ship and just decided to just close down the season so early November, I'd say I'm really, really disappointed in how the season has panned out to be, because we expected a season where, again, we was meant to compete with a tremendous transfer window that we haven't seen in a long time. Getting Sancho, getting Ronaldo in, and getting Varane in. It seems like the only one transfer worked, which was Ronaldo. Varane hasn't been up to it, due to injuries, so it's really hampered him. And Sancho as well, we haven't seen the best of him. Basically, based it on the players' performances as the team collectively hasn't been that great. I'm really disappointed in this season. But you know what? Sometimes you can say you're not surprised. I'm not surprised that we didn't really achieve any trophies based on how everything has panned out. It is what it is. The only thing I can look forward to is next season, with all the new changes coming in. But it has been a disappointing season for all Manchester United fans. We expected at least something, one trophy, at least in a cup competition, something, But they gave us nothing. It was all or nothing for us, and we ended up with nothing. We didn't get it all. It's been a hard
season. All or nothing, but thank God we didn't do the all or nothing fly an award documentary this year. That would be a laughing stock, wouldn't we? We had social going out. We had Ralph coming in. We had infighting. Well, I would have liked to have seen that actually. A bit of infighting, a few scuffles and thing. But yeah, it's been really eventful. But let's leave that to Arsenal, because I think it's Arsenal's turn this year to get the fly on your wall documentary. Isn't that right?
That's true.
Yes.
Anyway, let me say a few hi to a few people in the house before we get started. Obviously, Talking Hughes in the house. Avad is there as well. Matthew Bassett. Eddie. Yes, Eddie. How you doing, bro? Who else? Brush. Hello, Brush. I hope I'm not missing anyone here. Vincent's in the house as well. Bill Badger, as usual. How you doing, Bill Badger? Stumpy is in the house as well. Paddy is in the house. Who else is in there? That's about it for now. Don't forget, guys, press the like button. And also, just want to update you guys onto something to do with the Man United agenda, because you love us so much. Here we have, if we can just remove this comment here, just show you this quickly. This is the Man United agenda members perks. So if you become a member, and this is like 99p a month, level 1 ball boy, you get a loyalty badge, pride, and custom emoji. If you want to really sort of step it up, you can get the level 2 bench warmer, where you get close to the action. You'll get a $1.99. That's $1.99 a month. You get a loyalty badge, custom emoji, and members shout out, standard. you know. But if you want level 3, big time, you want to be a big time baller out here, I suggest you get the $2.99 package. That's $2.99 a month, and it'll be level 1 and 2 plus access to live streams as well. So I don't know what you think about that, guys. Are you gonna buy one, Ivorian Spice?
Yeah, I was
Or
just about to say,
VIP?
I'm urging everyone to get the level 3 pack where you get the opportunity to show your face on this channel. You know, the opportunity to voice your opinion, you know, is a very good thing. So, guys, if I was you, definitely go for free. It's not that much. It's $2.99, and that's about 2 pieces of chicken and chips. You can afford that a month, you know. You know, so yes, guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you press that membership button because support your local channel, support your Man United agenda because these men are doing extremely well, especially with the. Oh, I don't want to say it out. Should I say?
Say it, man.
I've noticed there's something new about mentioning the Man United agenda. There is merchandise as well. Was I meant to say it or not?
I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt today, unfortunately. So if you want to see me in my hoodie, hopefully Mr. B will bring it around my house because he's ordered it. Is that right, Mr. B?
Sorry, bro. Yeah, you'll have it for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully. Thanks. And what a great plug from Ivorian Spice. We give you an opportunity to plug your great show at the end of the show. But first of all, we've got business to talk because it's all things Man United on the Man United agenda. Mr. B, the name Van Basten, ring any bells to you? He's talking about.
Oh, yes.
So first of all, just what do you know about Van Basten? Come on, for the people out there. How good is it to play with him?
Marco Van
as a forward,
yeah.
He was one of the best, as I remember. You know, my memory's not that good, but he's one that definitely sticks in my mind. His volley from the edge of the box, that angle that he was at where he hit that volley. Was it Russia in the Euros? I'm not 100% to be honest. You know, my head. I got it right. There you go. See, I got it right. Finish. Look it up on YouTube. Just put in Van Basten volley. There's only going to be one that comes up. Class player. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's like and what his opinion is. If it's worth listening to be honest. But as a footballer, as a forward, virtually second to none for the Dutch team at AC Milan. So
obviously he knows his stuff. I mean, this is a guy, world-class footballer, Ballon d'Or winner as well. He knows what he's talking about, doesn't he? He's come out here. Let me just read the statement quickly. So Van Basten, obviously a Dutchman. He's an Ajax man through and through. He knows Ajax, Eric's coming to Man United. He's come out and said he thinks Ziyech, who already plays in England, so that's key. He already plays in England, could be a very good footballer at Manchester United for Eric, he says. And he says he knows Eric and Eric knows him vice versa. And he plays in the Prem as well. So these are key things here. So this is one out of the blue for me. Over to you, Ivory and Spice. What do you think about this comment here about Ziyech? Because he's not really been on our radar, but we do need a right winger or a left-sided footed guy like that. So what do you think about Van Basten first? And what do you think about the comments about Ziyech? Can you see him fitting into our side?
First of all, Van Basten's one of the legends in the game, of course. An AC Milan legend as well, a Ballon d'Or winner as well, a goal scorer. Obviously, when I was young, I don't remember seeing him too much because I don't remember too much when I was young in terms of footballers. But I know of him because he was always spoken about. My dad always spoke about these legendary players such as the Van Bastens, you know, even Pele, Abdullah Pele, all sorts of players he spoke about. Frank Rijkaard as well. My dad used to talk about Frank Rijkaard, but Van Basten was one of the Dutch maestros, Dutch legends of the all elite Dutch team, one of the best generations. Van Basten knows what he's saying, of course, because he's been in the game and he knows exactly what he's seeing. But in my opinion, when it comes to Hakim Ziyech, because 2 years ago I would have said yes, let's go for Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech is a tremendous player. He's been performing for Ajax consistently. But for Chelsea, it's been different. It's been a different spell from him at Chelsea. He hasn't been getting first team regular places consistently. And I understand that injury has hampered his career at Chelsea. So selection has been a problem because of his injury. But even when he's fit, it's the fact that he can't get ahead of, for example, we have Mason Mount. He can't get ahead of Kai Havertz, and he can't get ahead of sometimes Pulisic. And Pulisic as well, he's in and out the team. If he believes that, of course, Hakim Ziyech can fit well at Manchester United because he's worked with Ten Hag. He's seen what Ten Hag can do, the magic that Ten Hag can do for someone like Hakim Ziyech. But for us, on the other hand, we've had too many players that lost scrapping for the physio bench, and we're tired of that. You know, Cavani and Phil Jones have been fighting over that one single physio bench for God knows how long, and we don't need that at Manchester United. He's injury prone, and besides, he's 29 as well. We should be looking for someone a bit younger, and we want someone that's going to be there for the long haul in terms of the whole season, the duration, not just picking up injuries there and there, because it's not good for us at the moment. We have too many of that. We have too many players who are injury prone, and we need to move away from that. I respect what Van Basten's saying because he knows exactly the type of player he is. And again, I mentioned it before. Ten Hag knows him well and could probably get the best out of him. But ever since Hakim Ziyech come to the Premier League, he hasn't been fit. He hasn't been fit. And the statistics there hasn't been, it's not that great. It's not that great. We need better.
This is over 2 seasons, Ivorian.
Over 2 seasons, not that great.
Yeah, these stats are over 2 seasons.
I thought it was just this season, but this is 2 seasons, span of 2 seasons. It's not that great.
You know what, Ivorian, I'm a bit surprised by your comment because it's more negative than positive. Mr. B, can you add a few positives about this move? You've seen him play in the Prem. What do you think about this? These rumours?
I can't even be positive. When I heard it, I thought it was a joke. He's 29. He scored 6 goals in 2 years and had 6 assists. I don't care about the cross accuracy. Maybe he's not a crosser. I think he's more of a dribbler. But no, I can't see. I don't see the point of a 29-year-old when we're talking about being rebuilding and looking forward, that we end up with a Chelsea reject. As I said, he can't get in the team. It's not like he's tearing the place down and, you know, there's going to be a bidding war. No, I don't understand why Van Basten's done it. I don't know why Van Basten said it, because I know there was an issue with him and Ziyech when he came out publicly and said Ziyech was an idiot for choosing Morocco over Holland, as he's obviously for the country that he plays for. So I'm not sure what the reason is. I mean, Ziyech probably doesn't have too much left on his contract, but I don't think that should be a player that we should be going anywhere near, to be honest. I'm sick of taking people's rejects. I want players who the club want to keep. If we're going to go in and get Mount, then that's their first team player. Don't take third. He's probably the third choice in that position in their team. So for me, Ziyech is a no-go. As much as I respect Van Basten, I think he was on his chiba when he suggested that one to us.
Can I suggest something to you guys? Just discuss this one because I'm going to throw out a few positives. I don't like the negativity you're coming with this baller. He plays in the Prem, okay? International player. But the key thing that Van Basten said, he said, a reunion with former stars could bring success in the first season. So if you want success in the first season, a reunion with someone, a former star that's played under Eric, that's a bonus as well. He knows how he plays. I think it could bring success. Can I just add 2 more points to back my case here? We got Werner, when he was at Red Bull, scoring goals. Comes to Chelsea under a manager that he's not familiar with initially, and the system he's not familiar with, and he's ineffective, we could say, overall for last period, since his time he's been there. The same with Lukaku. At Inter Milan, looked world-class, looked one of the best strikers in the world, one of the best, and banging in the goals. He comes back to England at Chelsea, and there's question marks about his form, about his putting on weight, his injuries as well, and hasn't really performed. So is it down to the system and playing for a manager that can get the best out of you? And do you think that Eric, this is what I'm trying to push out here, maybe Eric can get something out of Ziyech? You know, maybe he can get the best out of him like his best years he had at Ajax. Discuss that, please, guys. Look at good examples I've given you.
Okay, OMONDI, we know you like the older generation players. So let's start with him being nearly a dad's army. He's done nothing. He's done nothing at Chelsea to warrant him coming to a bigger club. I'm sorry. It makes absolutely no sense. I know you want to be positive. I know I'm the doom merchant sometimes, but I'm looking at these comments here and I know I'm not the only one that's saying Ziyech isn't enough for us. You know, he's not good enough, OMONDI.
What about the points I'm making about him being familiar with the
I
manager?
understand.
I gave
understand
an
that.
example of Lukaku and Werner coming to England under different styles and they're not as effective as they were before.
Okay, well, Lukaku, I'm not going to talk about Lukaku because that makes no sense. You know what my feelings are on him. When he left, I'm sure I had a dance at my house. So we're not going to talk about Lukaku. What was the other one? Who was the other player you said? Werner. You mentioned Werner. Yeah. Werner's getting the chances. I think it's down to Werner why he's not scoring. Look how much chances he has per game. And if you consider the season, there's more than enough where you feel that he should have probably put at least half of them in the more like probably 3/4 of them away. He doesn't even hit the target. A lot of the time he's missing the target. I can't take any positives from this, someone that I know you want me to be, oh, let's take it. I can't. You're not swaying me on this one.
The thing I want to link to, and which I'm going to come to you, Ivorian, is that when you're playing for a manager that knows you and knows how to get the best out of you, like Eric clearly does with Ziyech, then it could be an advantage. You've seen Ziyech come to Chelsea, ineffective. I'm saying Werner come to Chelsea, ineffective, not getting the same stats and numbers as he was getting at Red Bull with a manager that knew him and how to play him. And the same applies with Lukaku. So do you think that could be an advantage, bringing him for one season to get success in that first season, as Marco van Basten's saying?
It's an advantage when it's a manager that knows him and knows him exactly how to play. Whereas, and again, OMONDI, you're absolutely right when it comes to the players that's come to Chelsea and have just been a shadow of their players. You even look at Kai Havertz. He's not the same player that he was when he was playing for Bayer Leverkusen. He's not scoring as much goals as he used to as well. So that he also hasn't felt. Even Pulisic hasn't lived up to the expectations that's needed ever since he's transferred there. And you look at Werner as well, and you look at Lukaku. But Lukaku has had his ups and downs in terms of clubs that he goes to. It's only Inter where he's really, really, really cemented himself as the type of striker that he wants to be. Whereas Ziyech, the thing is that I have this phobia with Chelsea, is that every time we get a player from Chelsea, it doesn't work out for Manchester United. We don't get the best from Chelsea. We get the Matic and Mata, and we don't utilize them. And after 2 seasons, they're done and dusted, and we're having issues with the players being fit or being able to make it into the first team. And ever since I saw that, I've said to myself, I don't want any players from Chelsea. I don't want any players from Bayern Munich. I don't want any players from Real Madrid, because we don't get the best players from them. We get the leftovers, in my opinion, those who are just almost done, but they're happy to get rid of them. It's the injury prone that's a problem with me. You know, I just want players to be fit. This season has really shown, especially up front and in midfield, the lack of available strikers we've had this season. And I know it's not one is out of our hand, and the other two, one's constantly injured or chooses not to play, however you want to say it, you know. And you got one that's all of a sudden surprised that he's been playing rubbish and he just didn't know it himself. So yeah, with our luck, I just want someone that's going to be there. You know, I like the idea, but I can't entertain it because of what I've seen in the past, OMONDI. I respect exactly what you're saying, that with Chelsea, there's a factor. Certain players go there and they do not turn up. And it's the same thing with Manchester United. Certain players come to Manchester United and they don't turn up. It's like the Sancho. We're not seeing the Sancho that we saw at Borussia Dortmund at Manchester United, and it won't be easy. Hopefully we see that next season. But I'm just not up for another player that's just going to fight Phil Jones if he's still there, Edison Cavani, whoever's injury prone with the physio bench. It's too much, man. I just want a fit squad, in my opinion.
Guys, I want to go through the comments as well, because a lot of people are talking about this as well. And I think, branching off the great points you guys have made. So Bill Badger is saying, I'm pretty sure Van Basten scored with his head from the edge of the box for Milan as well. He did. That's true. Rush is saying, I'd rather Ziyech heads back to Ajax to replace Anthony. He's coming to us. Matthew Bash is saying, Ziyech is too old, expensive, injury prone, and average at best. We don't want him. So agree with you guys. Box is saying I'd rather Anthony as well. Mark is a daft bastard. I'm swearing, aren't I? Daft bastard says I'm not going to spell that one. Saragon saying Van Basten class, but Ziyech, no thanks. It's unanimous here. Brush is saying not feeling any short-term solutions. Need to target young players with a focus on long-term planning and strategy. Matthew saying rather take Anthony and Nkunku. I'm butchering his name, aren't I? Bill Badger saying Ziyech plays less than Jesse Lingard. Junior was a good player for Brazil. Yeah, remember him for 8-2. Marco Legend, his last comment about United was calling the current United team all spoiled boys. That is true. That was a few months ago. Boxer say Anthony plus Ziyech, maybe. Del Boy Gunner's in the house as well. How you doing, Del Boy Gunner? Offload Martial and Greenwood, says Box. A few more here. We've got quite a few wide forwards they're suggesting in the comments.
None of them ain't worth shit.
Scepter saying with all due respect, Eric. With all due respect, Eric knows hacking better than anybody. And if he thinks he's the man, we need a Viola. And if he thinks we don't, then we don't. We need to move away from non-relevant opinions, he's saying. This is Hassan Ziyech is a bit predictable in his attack, says Saragon. Not for me, says Paddy. I want to say hi to Alucard. How you doing, man? Welcome to the channel. He says clearly we can rather try Garnacho or Diallo. They're just options, as Elanga can get much better under Ten Hag. That's a good one, isn't it? About the youngsters that we've already got in the club. As Pat Lawler says, we need to young blood, bruv. That's true. Accolade says, I would rather try and get the best out of Anthony. Solo saying 17 in the comments. Can we have more, please? More likes, if you don't mind, please. Emma finally saying the most important point is probably his injury history. That doesn't look good, as Ivor and Spice was talking about earlier. And here we go again, it's injury. So I think you guys have won me over. Great comments. I really do think. Just lastly, do you think, because he's talking about Marco van Basten saying that he's already in the Premiership, so that means there's no step up or anything to the Premiership. Because a lot of people seem to think, oh, the Premiership's different, you have to step up to it. Do you think there's any sort of issue? Can you spot a good player who's playing outside of the Prem, and can you tell whether they can step into the Premiership, guys? Or do you think that's just a myth saying that they have to adapt to the Prem or that kind of thing? If you're a good player, can adapt. What do you guys think? Just throw it out there, guys.
Let me start first. Sorry, Mr. B. Because in my opinion, right now, because it's very difficult, because we need to know exactly our new philosophy for us to just pick up a player. You know, we need to know exactly what type of player we're looking at when it comes to a winger. Understanding our manager, he likes a player that obviously knows his position awareness, someone that could probably cut in, someone with pace as well, someone with a bit of trickery that understands possession-based football as well, and can also cover the grounds as much and show his defensive ability. We was linked to that again, Anthony, but there's other wingers that we can look at. You know, you got the sorry, I'm kind of lost for words. Mr. B, I'm gonna throw it to you first, off, and then I'll come back. I need to think of those players.
Don't worry, man.
I got sidetracked. Sorry.
Are they left-footed right wingers that you're thinking
right wingers I'm thinking of right now.
Left-footed. Left-footed though, yeah.
Left-footed right wingers, someone that can cut in onto the left foot.
Okay, Mr. B.
I forgot the question, OMONDI. I'm really sorry.
Well, I'm going to put a countdown clock on Ivorian Spice in the background while he's speaking about these names. And Mr. B, so what I'm saying, the Premiership, is it a myth that people have to step up to the Premiership or adapt to the Premiership? Can you give examples of people that have struggled to adapt? Can you give examples of people
one.
Water? I mean, is there a myth about coming up to the Premiership?
I'll give one example. Paul Pogba. World class for France and in the World Cup. I just think the Prem's too fast for him. For his game set, his game abilities, I think the Prem's too fast. As a player who just falls straight in, you look at Bruno, he came straight in. For 2 years, he was head and shoulders our best player. And then you look at more recently, Diaz from Liverpool. Yeah. He's come in and he's hit the ground running. Things happen. I'm not sure if it's a mindset. I'm not sure if it's the coach. I'm not sure if it's the specifics, because you know players. I mean, Rebel, he sent us a whole list of specifics that our manager in Ten Hag will be looking for, and there was a whole list of things that you want, and then there's bits that branch off it. So maybe you've got the main thing would be pace, ability, awareness, and then you've got maybe reactions or lesser known for tackling or headering. So there was a whole plethora of things that needed to be sorted out. So in that regards, there's players. I think it's I think it's luck, OMONDI. I'll be honest. I think a lot of it could be down to luck.
Before the 30 seconds up for Ivorian, but do you think, like they always say about Ronaldo, he's better than Messi because he's played in different leagues, for example? Do you think Messi could adapt to the Premiership? Is that something who's a world-class player? Or do you think Thiago, for example? I thought Thiago might struggle at Liverpool, but he seems to have got into his stride right now. So players like that who are technical and slow, play at a different kind of pace, maybe Thiago seemed to adapt it. So what about Messi and players like that? Would that be a difficulty for them?
I think Messi, the type of player he is and the qualities he has, he can adapt it to the Premier League. It'll be a bit tougher for him because, of course, he's never really played in a physically dominated league where it's about the strength, the pace, and the power. And Messi has I don't know, I can't say pace at his age, but he has the pace. He's got the technical abilities, and with Messi, he would have to use more of his mind to beat players, especially because when it comes to power and pace, he might get overthrown. But Messi's a player that can definitely adapt to in the Premier League. It just will take some time. But back to your question about the other players that failed, I can remember Memphis Depay at Manchester United, who came from PSV, Dutch League, and never really cut it at Manchester United. Angel Di Maria was another player. Although he got like 11 assists, he struggled every 90 minutes, to make a real impact. He was physically dominated at times in certain games as well. You look at Falcao as well. Great player, never showed himself. Shevchenko, another player, never showed himself in the Premier League. So, yeah, I just wanted to add to that as well, to players that's come in and failed.
So, do you think there's a different style? Because here we've got a comment saying here about physicality, faster pace, that kind of. These are the factors which make it difficult for someone to adapt, maybe.
Yes, no, definitely is the style. Mr. B said one thing that really caught my attention. Paul Labile Pogba. In the Premier League, it's very hard for you to beat one player, let alone beat the second player and beat the third player with that much time. By the time you get to the second or third player, you would have been tackled. In the Premier League, it's fast paced. You need power and strength as well to outmuscle your players. And of course, you don't have time to do step overs and etc. in the Premier League. You have to do things at a quick pace. And that's one thing that Paul Pogba lacks. And I don't understand why he hasn't got to grips with it for the last 3 to 4 years, that you don't have time to dwell on the ball in the Premier League. So definitely it's our style of play in the Premier League that has that major impact. If you come here with lack of pace, lack of strength, you won't survive. The technical ability is there. You saw it with Thiago. His technical ability was there last season, but there was a reason why he was in and out of the Premier League, because he had to adapt. He had to adapt to the pace. There's not that much time to weigh in a pass. You have to do it like that in the Premier League. Whereas in European competition, we already know European competition, the game is played at a slower pace, where your technical abilities really, really matters in the Champions League.
You know what, guys? These are some really good points. And in the comments as well, throwing out names like Varane, Forlan, all these great examples, guys. But we move. Going on to the next subject now. Just been announced today. We thought they're out for the rest of the season. Bailey is, by the way, the injury pro. But Sancho's back. Rashford's back in training, and Shaw is back. I know, Mr. B, you know about Shaw's injury, don't you? About his broken leg a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's well documented what happened. My issue on Monday, which really, really surprised me, is that he would still have issues 7 years after breaking his leg. That was my biggest thing. I understand players get, held together, but the fact that he's been playing together with metal bolts in his ankle is beyond me. I'll be honest, is totally beyond me. It must have been games he played. He was in agony. So the fact that he's back is a big boost to United. Rashford coming back. Yay. I love him to bits. You know what I mean? And that was the biggest cheer that was the biggest cheer that I could have given him. And Sancho coming. I'm glad Sancho's back. Will all three play? I really, as much as they've stunk and as much as my hatred for Man United has gone. As soon as we lose, I hate them. But in the next day in the morning, I just want to hug them and show them my love. So I'm hoping. I know it's weird. I love them and hate them at the same time. I want them to do well. I want Rashford to come in. I want Shaw to come in. I want Sancho to come in and just tear the whole place down for the last game of the season. Will it happen? I doubt it very much.
Question. Remember, I watched Arsenal yesterday. They brought back players in who were injured and they struggled. I think Ben White, Tomiyasu, they were coming back into the side and really struggled to get out there. So you say it's a boost. There's only one game left. And that's why I bring it on to the Europa or the Conference League. I'm going to come on to you. We've got the 3 players coming back in. Is it a boost? And what difference does it make to you, Ivorian, whether we're in the Europa League or the Conference League? As you know, we're 2 points ahead of West Ham. If we lose and they win at Brighton, they would get the Europa and we get relegated to the Conference League. Does that make a difference to you about and to Eric about prestige, pride? I mean, how do you feel about this Conference League and Europa League and where we finish in the league?
Let me answer your first question, whether they're a boost or not. I don't really see them having that much impact into the game or get some game time. Most likely, Sancho will probably get game time, and Shaw at the moment, because I don't think he's fit, he might not make it on Sunday. And Rashford as well, we don't know. We might see him on the bench. We might not see him start. Regarding the Conference and Europa League, in my own opinion, there's a difference, of course. That's the second tier and the third tier. It matters to me for us to get into the Europa League because, of course, that's still a prestigious competition. The Conference League is third tier. You don't want to end up going to Kazakhstan and countries that you've never really heard of, you know, and then have problems.
Wait, give me a pro. Give me a pro on playing in the Conference League. Then what about playing your youngsters?
Playing a conference,
getting good experience.
The pro is that, of course, Europa League is much more of a prestigious competition, and you can still play your youngsters in the Europa League. And the con of being in the Conference League is that we're going to be laughed at, and I can't see myself doing watch-alongs in the third division of European football. That there, guys, if you finish in Conference League, we'll most likely get bantered more and trolled on compared to finishing in the Europa League. But at least we can gain some respect there, and that there, winning the Europa League, leads us into the Champions League if we don't finish in the top 4 next season. So that's the pro there. It's just getting to the Champions League. It's an insurance banker. Because listen, guys, you don't want to be in the Conference League, do we? We don't. We want to be at least in the Europa League.
Mr. P, do you agree with that?
100%. Europa League, as bad as we don't want to be, and we don't know what the tune is, and the fact that Solo's going to be doing the watch-alongs with Talk on a Thursday, on Monday we won't have to do any reaction shows or anything. It won't exist. So that's Europa. But if we have the opportunity in the Europa League, it's a second chance to get into the Champions League. I know we should be saying we should be trying to go for the league. If we're in the conference, it's still the same amount of games that we're going to have to play. Imagine if we won the Conference League. What bloody do? You know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything. You know, you say play the kids, that's fine. But what kids is he going to play? Is he going to play all of them? Is he going to totally disrespect that tournament? Because you know what Man United are like. They want to go in there and they're going to be talking about winning another European trophy to add to the list. They'll be talking about winning the whole collection. Oh, look, we've got the Super Cup, the European Cup Winners' Cup, the blah, 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 the blah. And now, look, finally, we're the only team in the whole world to have the Conference Cup as well as everything else. I'm not interested in Monday. That would be so embarrassing. Can you imagine going all the way and winning the Conference Cup? How big's the trophy? This big?
I don't know what it looks like. None of us know what it looks like.
See, so no, I'm not.
I'll tell you something. Mourinho is very proud for Roma to be in the Conference League final at the moment. My pros would be, you can play youngsters in that competition, give them valuable experience if that's the case. But I do, the thing that done it for me is when one of you just said about if you qualify for Europa League, you go to the Champions League. So that's a way in the back door. So I'm with you. But we're not going to talk about a preview for Crystal Palace because we're going to do a show about that later in the week. But they're a side which it's not very easy to go there at the moment. The way we're set up to win, so it's going to be tough, isn't it? Either way. That's why I'm asking the question about because we might be relegated to the Conference League if we don't get the results.
I'm Monday. Please don't put me in that mood with 4 days left before our preview show. But that's the worst case scenario on Monday. And right now, and we've had a lot of worst case scenarios this season. We deserve. No, actually, we don't deserve Europa, but we definitely don't deserve conference. Let's be as bad as we are. We don't deserve conference. I know, we're all bantering, ha 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 ha. But I'm on it. If we're in that tournament next season, can you imagine what we're going to be feeling like? Yeah, the embarrassment.
That is true. That is true. I'm swayed. I'm swayed by your opinions, guys. Because I do think the only thing is Crystal Palace game is going to be tough. It's like Newcastle yesterday. What's their motivation? I'm thinking, what's Crystal Palace's motivation?
We need to get the Conference League. Last game at home.
There you go.
They want to give their fan a send off.
Good shout. Yeah. It's a very noisy stadium, isn't it? Great atmosphere there. They'll be on it. Certain players will be on it to prove they're pretty good. So yeah, and Vieira as well. We're looking to do some damage. Anyway, guys, we're going to wind up now. Last couple of minutes. Just got any other business? Just throw this out there. Just have a little chat about this. Rio Ferdinand, he's come out and said Ronaldo is 100% sticking around to fulfill his second year of the contract. He's saying 100%. I think Ronnie will be at Man United. I said it before. I think his legacy leaving here will change from what he expected it to be, and he'll be looking to do other things and leave a long-standing imprint beyond his playing days here. I think that's in terms of influence on the players and helping to set the culture. So he's come out and said that. It's quite. I mean, Rio Ferdinand, coming from him, who's played with him, he probably knows more about it than we do. Any insight into that? You reading into that? Any guys about Ronaldo Rio saying he could be staying?
No, I think no. So
no, go. No,
we only have a few minutes.
All right, all right, cool. Sorry, I see there's insight to it. I don't see Ronaldo leaving. I see Ronaldo staying for one more season just to to help Manchester United to be great again. He's desperate to make Manchester United great again, and he still has a point to prove here. So one more season, and I'm with Rio on that. Of course, I don't agree with some of the things he says these days, but I agree. Ronaldo will be here next season.
Sorry, what don't you agree with? What can I just say? What is? Give me an example. What don't you agree with?
There's certain things he's
only at the wheel.
Yeah, the Ollie at the wheel. Give him a new contract. Sign him up right now, and all that kind of stuff.
I get you. I'm with you.
Give him time. Maguire's great. He's a great.
All right. Enough.
I knew he was going to get to you,
Mr. B. What do you think about that? Are you happy? Do you think there's a question mark about Ronnie staying or
not? I'm absolutely delighted he's staying. He's obviously had a conversation with Ten Hag. Ten Hag calls him a giant. Ronaldo has that respect, that level of respect for Ten Hag. Everybody said, "No, he's going to leave because we're going to be in Europa League." He might not even play in Europa League games. He might be just a Premier League forward once a week that does exactly. People said, "Oh, he doesn't close down, he doesn't press, he doesn't run." Ten Hag's not an idiot. I understand Ralph's not an idiot, but Ralph didn't have the backing of the players. He was only there for 6 months. He was always going to be there for 6 months as substitute teacher. They now realize that they've got their head honcho in here. And if they don't do what they wants to do, he will ship them out. So,
you know what? There's 21 people watching right now. Can we do what our boss man says solo? He's saying it's 18 in the chat. Can we please get 40 likes? I don't know how many we're on at the moment, but if you are watching, give us a like. It just takes a second.
30 likes
press that button. Anything else you want to talk about? Any other business, guys? You heard any rumors?
One more. Botman.
What's the word on the street, guys? Let me know.
Botman was one that I heard.
Centre back
that we've been linked with. Yeah. So obviously there's movement in the centre back department. So Monday, I don't think you're going to be seeing your boy much next season. That definitely looks like a position that we're looking to fill. I mean, he has to be better than what we've got. Good on the ball. Okay. Cultured. I would take him, but the price as well. They're talking like it's going to be like a 25 mil. 25. If that is not bad, that's say it's not a free, but those are the prices that Man United need to be looking for top draw players. So yeah, if they can do a deal with Botman, great. If it means that we can get Maguire out to Newcastle, even better.
So we've heard about Botman. You've got a final word on this because we can close the show now, Ivorian. And just want to say, big up, man. Thanks for coming on. Brilliant again. So Botman, what do you think about him coming in? And have you heard anything on the streets about news that raise your eyebrows?
I haven't heard of Botman yet, but I've heard of sorry, I forgot his name again. Oh my god. First of all, regarding Maguire, you will see him next season, regardless. Manchester United will not take this L. OMONDI will be seen his favorite defender next season. You know, even I've accepted that. I've also mentioned I've been linked to Timber, and I've been reading reports that they've been in discussion with Timber at Ajax. So he could be a potential defender that could be coming in, including Anthony as well. That's the word on the street so far. And
how does that make you feel, though?
How does that make me feel? I've kept an eye on Anthony for a good 2 seasons now to see how he's developed, and he's developing well. I won't be surprised. You know, it will be a good addition to the squad. We need that. With Timber, I'm not sure because there's a height deficiency. He's quite short, but I'm not doing sizing right now. He's quick, he's strong, and he can recover. And he's a very good ball-playing defender as well. He can play right back, he can play holding midfielder and centre back. So he'll be a very good utility man. And one more thing I have to say to you, Mr. B, the reason why you love and hate Manchester United is because in life it's called unconditional love, and there's only 2 things you can love unconditionally: your football club and your kids. And I end it with there.
What about your girl? What about your girl?
No.
Oh,
No.
I think she doesn't watch the show then.
No. Unconditional love.
I'll take my woman as well.
I'm telling you right now, if your woman does something to you, you're more likely to leave her compared to your kids in Manchester United.
She definitely don't watch your shows, man. I've already Spice. Let us know where we can find you, man.
First of all, she watches my show. She supports me, man. But you can find me on Red United TV. You can always follow me personally. Ivorian_Spice, Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to follow the Instagram channel of Red United TV, it's Red United TV 1. We're on the road to 7,000 followers now. We've just hit 6,000. So, yeah, wow. 7,000.
Fantastic. And you can also find Ivorian at a homeless person's apartment tomorrow morning. Thanks for coming. It's been a lively discussion. Thanks for everyone in the comments. We're going to sign out, and naturally we'll be back at 8:30 tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, we told you about the membership to become a member. Here are the details here. Went through it early in the show. Just quick butchers, if you want to have a butcher's there. It's very cheap, you know, cheaper than buying a donut every day, whatever you do at work.
Yes.
And on that note, I'm excited. I've learned a lot today about haters of Harry Maguire. No one's forgiven him yet, you know, I can tell. But Ivorian, it's been a pleasure having you on the show for sure. And hopefully we'll be seeing you again very, very soon. Yes. And God bless you and good luck with Red United TV. Make sure, guys, you go check that out. And we're out 8:30 tomorrow. Isn't that right, Mr. B?
Yes, 8:30. I think Solo's back on tomorrow. So
good.
He'll be taking charge of the madness tomorrow.
God bless everyone. We're out later.
Peace.